taxes on importing and exporting goods, a topic that has created waves over the last several weeks due to the Trump administration's new regulations. Previously, the U.S. and China had traded higher and higher tariffs back and forth, which saw the U.S. stock market take a dive. Since then, a pause on all tariffs has occurred, leaving some to question what's next. Reporter Will Eldridge sat down with the local economic expert to get the latest news on the tariffs.
Tariffs, a tax on imported goods, has created a heated exchange of retaliatory tariffs between the U.S. and other countries like China. Over the last several weeks, the Trump administration has placed tariffs on countries of 10% all the way up to 145%. According to economic experts, a potential long-term increase in the price of goods will follow suit.
We're going to have a situation where ultimately consumers will be impacted. There are a lot of domestic producers that rely on international supply chains to provide low-cost goods. When it becomes more expensive for those domestic producers to import those goods, then ultimately they'll have to pass at least some of those costs on to consumers.
Dove says that China's retaliatory tariff on the U.S. is what led to the current pause on tariffs by the Trump administration.
You know, the current tariffs that we have imposed on China and the tariffs that China's imposed on the U.S., I don't think that those are sustainable in the long run. So I think that there's going to be a lot of intense negotiation over that. Obviously, we've seen, President Trump kind of walk back some of these tariffs, at least temporarily, possibly permanently. And, part of that is just, due to kind of the market reactions that we've seen.
If the tariffs do persist after the pause, Dove says the impact will have a ripple effect that will eventually hurt Troy University students.
We'll get to a point where, when students go and do their normal shopping at Walmart, they'll start to see higher consumer prices. We've already seen, some auto manufacturers begin to increase the price that they're charging for their cars. And I think that, to the extent these tariffs do persist, that'll only continue and grow over time.
Will Eldridge, Troy, TrojanVision News.